Hey everyone, welcome back to Gobliiins 4. We're almost at the end of our quest. We've reached the farm, which was Riri's destination from the very beginning. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any sign of him, just a whole bunch of very strange-looking vegetables. Yes, the famous foolweed sausages from Foolweedton. Well, I guess we better ask the farmer if he knows anything. Well, he doesn't seem to remember Riri. Well, let's see if we can jog his memory. I know how this works. I watch a bunch of cop shows. Alright, he doesn't want money. Let's just show him a picture of Riri. Maybe that'll help him remember. Alright, I guess I didn't need the picture anymore. So, do you have any actual information? Alright, so he's given us a score. We've used those a few times in these games. We need to find the choir soloist, and he's also opened the gate so we can go down into that field and get to the music stand. Get the choir to perform. Dig through their hair. So I guess they just get sheared and only the tufts are used for the sausages? I don't think that's how vegetables work. But whatever, there's a hidden seed over here. Very difficult to spot, and you won't get very far without it, but hey, Gobliiins 4, right? Let's go check out these vegetables. One of them seems to be hiding something in his mouth. Well, it's the choir, at least. It's a firecracker we can pick up. We don't have to light in place. Well, let's just get these guys singing and see what's up. Yeah, we'll just need to conduct them with our makeshift baton. The sad part is that they've only got one sound clip for that, regardless of how many or how few of them are singing. And this is the only one who sang. They clearly don't have mirrors on this farm, do they? Alright, well, we gotta get the rest of these guys singing. Guys and gals, I guess. This one's asleep. Well, we need to wake her up. I know what wakes me up in the morning. Yep, a punch in the head. I think it worked. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a horrid burrowing parasite every time I can't get out of bed in the morning, too. Alright, so we gotta pull this one up out of the ground. I've got a fishing rod for that. And done. The level of politeness here just varies so wildly between them. This one's a wretched vegetable. who lost its sunglasses. Yeah, after I had eye surgery, I couldn't go out without sunglasses either. And this one's veritable. And bruised. Yeah, Stucco thinks that's funny. Here's how we deal with bruises. Now you've got an extra one. They're symmetrical, so it's attractive. But no, we'll just put the mask on so nobody has to see it. There we go. None of them have any information. I feel like we're just kinda wasting our time helping them. And we get a couple more voice clips thrown in. And you can still hear the soloist performing, just not out here in the field where we could talk to her. So we need to get those sunglasses out of the pile of hair in the background, where they were lost during the last shearing. And a magnet seems to make as much sense as anything else. Pretty sure we've used a magnet on a pile of something at least once. Maybe I'm thinking of Toonstruck. It's not like I would put it past any of these games to reuse the same puzzles over and over. See, we should not be rude to this foolweed. It's cool. Oh, they were prescription sunglasses. Alright, that makes sense. We're gonna need to get out of this little pit here in order to get anywhere else, and this is why we need the seed. We plant it, we grow it, and we climb it. And then we just create a convenient bridge so everyone else can get up. 'Cause that's how it's done. And finally we get to speak to this foolweed in the foreground. Oh, you're perfectly comfortable, are ya? Well, I think we can make you less comfortable. Nobody takes bribes. Well, Choop doesn't seem to be happy, but I think we've ruined this foolweed's comfort level. They'll probably be happier hiding in their hole once they wake up. Well, lacking any kind of smelling salts or anything like that, we're just going to have to use some magic to revitalize it. There we go, it's smiling, and it left us another seed. Which we'll plant in this convenient pile of soft earth. And it happens to be right next to the final gold tooth. Yep, no fanfare, we've just got it. It's the last gold tooth. Service the elf lives here. He doesn't like noise? That is not the least bit relevant. Riri's final message, I believe. Renette is gone, and he went to look for her. Well, that explains why he's not here. We're going to have to go follow him. And we're going to need some help with that. So let's get up into the tree and have a chat with Service. And there's one more full weed here, too, of course. Yeah, we have a hippie vegetable to deal with. Well, once again, we're going to answer all of our problems with violence. Alright, so we can't just knock it off the branch. Perhaps some magical trickery is needed here. Nope, none of our powers work. But that's why nature gifted us explosions. Meanwhile, we do need to open the service hatch. I did not realize that was going to be a pun until I said it. I sincerely apologize. Alright, so we need to find something that once belonged to Riri. I could swear that at least one of these things came from Riri's room. But hell if I remember which one it was at this point. So, let's just deal with this foolweed. Move aside, please, Stucco. This is gonna be messy. Alright, yeah, that's the sound that a firecracker would make. Wonder if any of these guys that we just recently revived will have any information for us. Whatever you are. Alright. Well, we were told that we need to find the soloist and get all the rest of them singing, so now that they're all here, let's do it. There we go. We have been given a sock. A smelly sock. That's our reward for this whole quest. Alright. Does the farmer have anything else interesting to say now that we've done this? No, pretty much the same thing we already figured out. So, let's head back up, give Service the sock, so that he can tell us where Riri has gone. Alright, so we gave a sock to an elf, just like in that book, and we get a magic pencil. just like in that book. And we just draw ourselves a door, just like in that game, Gobliiins 2. Except this time we're drawing an X, like in Gobliiins 1. There are probably things that could be said. I can't think of a single one of them. But here we are. And there's the sock. Yo-ho! We're in front of a temple with a giant foot. Closed for deodorizing, I assume. There's not a whole lot here. There's a rocket up at the top of this launching pad. But as always, the ladder is missing a rung. We're going to have to fix it. Oh, hey, it's our friend the Frode from really early on. Sadly. Alright, well, there is a hive across the way. We can have anybody interact with the hive in order to release a bee and make the Frode jump across the river. But since neither Stucco nor Père Louis can reach it, and the bridge is out, we're just going to have to throw pebbles at it. And once we've got somebody over on the far side, they'll be able to get the rest of them across. It's only a little tedious. But most of the level takes place on this side of the river anyway, so it's not like we need to go back and forth a whole lot. First things first, this sage in the corner is a very important character. Ah, that evil Spatios the Sage. Spatios has indeed blasted Riri into space. But there's a piece of information that I want that I'm not getting. So I will ask him about the cup. Indeed, this is the reason that we've been collecting 13 gold teeth. If we have them all, we can put them into this cup and go to the end of the world to ask the Creator about the significance of our quest. I'm just waiting for the revelation that we only actually need to put in 12 teeth, and he's gonna turn around, cover his eyes, and completely whiff one of them. I'm kinda sad that so few people are likely to know what that's from. These aren't even trick shots. I mean, they decided that we needed to go through this animation 13 times, and they could only come up with 3 different animations that they repeat over and over again. It's not even a factor of 13. So basically, turning in all 13 teeth means that before we go to the final level of the game, we'll end up in the bonus level. And since we're going into space, we certainly need to pick up this document of space coordinates. Because everyone knows, if you're going into space, you've got to have coordinates. There's Spacios. We don't like you already. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be very productive. We're going to have to beat the truth out of him. Only Stucco won't actually do it. We're going to have Père Louis show him what's what. Well, you can't attack a wise man. Alright. He won't take our money either. Well, let's check out the telescope and see if we can see anything worthwhile. Well, that's a shame. We don't know where to look. Let's look at these coordinates. Well, at least we know where to turn right. The trick is that we need to look at these boxes over here. A secret passage cleverly hidden under boxes. Just slightly too heavy for Stucco to move, so we'll get some magical assistance. And it turns out the wall could just open the whole time. Alright, there's a whole lot of stuff down there, and a familiar-looking staff. Yeah, the Grand Steward, remember him? He's the guy who gave us that money in the first place, that has never been useful. I'll confront him with his true identity. Alas, that's not how you unmask the villain. This is how we unmask the villain, Scooby-Doo style. It's the Grand Steward! Apparently he came up with this plan after Riri had already run away? No, that's not true. We just need more coordinates. Yeah, I mean, all the bad stuff that he did, that's nothing. But using a mask, we all know that's the sign of a real villain. But Stucco still won't do anything to him. But now we know he's not a wise man. So we can shake him down. And that gives us his key. Which we can use to open the obviously locked box. That's right, he had Renette in a box. I can never figure out when and where people are making all these plans. The timeline doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, we figured all that out already. Well, she does seem to have things well in hand, so let's go ahead and get the rest of the coordinates that we need to find Riri. And we'll see where this second set of coordinates gets us. Can't be another singing duck. A guitar-playing mole. Okay. Well, let's get the third set of coordinates. A box. We need to deal with this box, too. And I'm pretty sure it's magic rather than might that will move this one. We better find Riri, because we're rapidly running out of pieces of paper. Yeah, I guess I should have gone for that one first. It was the hardest to get. Before I leave this side of the river, I'd better grab a couple of these magic stones. Good thinking. And now all we gotta do is get to the rocket. And of course, we won't be able to leave until everybody is on the far side of the river. Alright, looks like my timing was just a tiny bit off. Honestly, the most annoying part is having to select the pebbles from my inventory every time. But alright, everybody's safely across, and we've got a new stick that we can use to make a rung for the ladder. Everyone knows evil viziers really hate it when you use their magic staffs for something mundane like this. Yeah, well, we got the magic stones as fuel. So we just need to hop in. Ah, of course. This is the way the game makes sure you don't trap another character on the far side of the river. Choop has to be the last one to get into the rocket because he's the one who can bring them back from this side. Although it appears that once they're in the rocket, you can have them walk out of the rocket again. Alright, that's amusing, but we're ready to go. And here we are in one of the old Windows screensavers. Yes, this is the bonus level of the game. Join me next time when we complete this and finish Gobliiins 4 and the entire Gobliiins series with it. See you then.